Thank you all for being here tonight to share this wonderful occasion with us. Many of you have traveled far and wide to be here tonight, from Atlanta, New York, Milwaukee, California, as far as Singapore. And when Josh and Alyssa, and I'll set the precedent for the rabbi, Josh and Alyssa, when they look back on this night, what they'll have is fond memories of friends and their relatives that made this night so special. Thank you again for being here. When I look at Josh and Alyssa, I'm reminded of a saying that my grandma Fanny had. She was the matriarch of our family, and I miss her dearly. And she would say, every pot has its cover. For everyone in this world, there is somebody else who is their perfect fit. She would say the hard thing is to find that person. But once you do, everything else is easy. And I know that's true because I had the miracle of finding my perfect fit with my Judy. And when I look at both of you, it's very clear that you have the miracle of finding your perfect fit. Now that was not something I saw immediately. The first time I met Josh was in a restaurant in Manhattan. Judy and Diana and I were going up and to the city to visit, and Alyssa said, well, I've been seeing this fellow Josh, and I'd like him to come to dinner. And also at dinner was our other daughter, Talia, who was rooming with Alyssa at the time. And when I walked in, I was impressed. Josh came over and gave me a nice handshake and shot me one of those great Josh smiles. Thank you, Ronnie. And we had a very nice dinner, and right between the entree and dessert, I met Talia down by the lounge. And I always depend on her to give me the story, the lowdown. So I said, so what's happened to this relationship with Josh and Alyssa? And she very nonchalantly leaned back and said, oh, it's a done deal. Well, the next thing I knew, I was chasing her across the lounge. What's a done deal? What do you mean a done deal? Define a done deal. What's a done deal? And she just turned to me and said, read my lips. Done deal. Well, when we got back to the hotel, I'm sorry, honey, but I spent the next 2 hours torturing Judy, going over every possible interpretation of the term done deal. She finally said, enough already. And before I fell asleep that night, I realized that I was really happy because I liked Josh from the moment I met him. And I think that's an experience many of us in this room have had. And over the last 3 years, I've watched their relationship grow. I've watched their love grow. I've watched Josh start a business and follow his dream. And I've learned to respect his intelligence, to appreciate his kindness, and to love him as a son. Thank you, honey, for bringing Josh into our family. And Josh, you do know that tonight you closed the best deal of your life. I know it is. Good answer, good answer. This week I've been looking back on all the wonderful growing up years, all the daughter-daddy experiences that Alyssa and I had. And there's so many of them, so many great times. But sometimes it's the everyday experiences that just stick in your mind. And I remember when she was young, every night I'd come home from work, and as soon as I opened the door, her and her sister would yell, Daddy's home. And they'd come running over, and one would sit on my left foot and the other on my right foot. And I'd take them for a ride as I walked with great labor into the kitchen to kiss Judy hello. And Diana would dismount immediately, but Alyssa would hang on and say, just a little bit more. And we'd run through the living room, and you'd look up at me and hold on. And you held me back laughing with a wonderful smile. The love just pouring out of your eyes. And never failed to melt my heart. I was your number one guy. And I love being your number one guy. Now you're all grown up, a beautiful woman. And still when you shoot me that smile, I see that gleam in your eye, it still melts my heart. But tonight tonight I have to transfer the #1 guy title to you, Josh. Not that I'm under any illusions that that horse hasn't left the barn a while ago. But honey, I love you very, very much. And I'm so, so happy for you tonight. Like you found your miracle. And you and Josh. I love you, honey. So please, raise your glasses one more time. And a toast to the most beautiful bride in the world. To the best son a man could ever hope for. To the miracle of finding your perfect match. And most of all, to a done deal. L'chaim.